me introduce our showroom first. Let's go. Okay, this is our showroom, and all of these items are what we produced here before. Okay, before we start, I'm gonna introduce our factory staff first. So this is Mr. Channa, our factory director. This is Mr. Brandon, our planning manager. This is Mr. Kim, our sample technician. And this is Mr. Chaminda, our sewing manager. Okay, now Mr. Channa will take over and he will explain our factory profile.
Okay, page number 1. Our factory name in Haiphong, P.I.T. Vina. We are 100% foreign-owned company, head office in Seoul, South Korea. Our main production is woven, 100% fashionable items. And the next page, our factory location map. So from Noi Bai Airport to P.I.T. Vina, around 100 kilometers, it took around 1 hour to 30 minutes. And from P.I.T. Vina to the Haiphong seaport, it takes only 30 minutes, around 30 kilometers. So compared with the other companies, we have a very big benefit for there, because other company we have to deliver the goods to the port around 8 hours before, but we took only 1 hour maximum from P.I.T. to the seaport. This page is company overview. Our opening date is 2012, and currently we have 14 servant line with 800 employees. And the main production is woven wear, blouse, shirt, and soft dresses and the pant. Main customers are in current P.I.T. Vina, Anna Taylor, Everland, Express, Messi, Chicos, WHBM, Athleta, and Aricia. Monthly capacity based on the current situation, 170,000 pieces per month, is based on the stylish. Sometimes the basic item, our productivity will be more higher, but properly average is we get it to 170,000 pieces per month. The main production current situation, Anna Taylor 24%, Messi 13%, Everland 16%, Aricia 16%, Athleta 18%, and other customers are 13%. You can see in this slide our general organization. In the top, our general director, Mr. Moon, and factory director, and other department you can see in that. Is they specialize in this organization. Our QA department 100% independent. All the quality decision taken and reporting and action direct report to the top management. And next plate, you can see in the flow chart. I'm not going to explain in details in here. During the factory tour, I will explain to you all the department, how our process function with SOP. Okay, this page you can see IE team performance. During the factory tour, I will explain to you the more clear details. Just I overview and I explain to you. The IE department is done all the SMV and minutes, and also consumption of the thread and other process in the related to the production. So I will explain during the factory tour more clear details about the IE department functioning. And the last page I will going to explain our quality control points. I think my QA manager will explain to you more details how is our quality department function, pre-production, PP meeting, pilot run, inline inspection and finishing, and pre-final process during the factory tour. Now we're going to start the factory tour. Please follow me. Dreaming, wishing, do it. This is our slogan 2023. Okay, here is our IE department, and based on the current production line, currently we have 6 IE officers now all are in the production floor. So here, this is the way we are functioning the IE department. This is the factory layout. Based on the bulletin, based on the number of workers, we are making this bulletin from the IE department and this layout. And based on this layout, first 3 days, we are closely monitoring the production capacity. So when you can see in here is the first day production, and this is the calculation from the IE department. Here is our production planning, and based on the styling, our planning department make the line plan. So most of the time planning department, when they schedule the styling to the line, they are choosing the similar style. It make us to our productivity getting increase. So you can see in here a stand-up of minutes and operators, target per hours, material received dates, and all the information we are very clearly mentioned. So now, based on this, we start the production. Okay, you follow me to the floor. Here is our merchandising team, and the planning and all the things we are doing here. Here is our export department. They are the one all the export and import process are functioning. Here is our material storage warehouse, and over there is our material unloading area. Okay. Once unload the goods here, the fabric we will cut here 100% shade band, and same time we will separate the 10% of the receiving the fabric lot wise for the fabric inspection and shrinkage testing. So once done the fabric inspection, goods is passed, we will put into the rack based on the fabric location map. In this map we already highlighted the buyer name, style number, color, lot number, rolls, and the yardage. You can see in here, this every pallet, after we inspected the fabric, we will put it here is the fabric inspection pass sticker. So let's go to see the fabric inspection area. I will explain more details about how is our process of the fabric inspection. So here is the fabric inspection area. Once we receive the fabric, as I explained to you, the same time we separate the lot wise the 10%. We are doing here the fabric inspection. We follow the 4-point system. You can see over there how is our defects analyze method. When we do the fabric inspection, the fabric inspector, he have to follow all the information is the machine speed based on the fabric characteristics. At the same time, we already mentioned, keep here approved sample with the buyer, all the certified fabric supplier information. Once we done the inspection fabric, we will put in the green sticker, and it pass, and we move to this fabric to in the rack. So same time the fabric inspector is divided the 10% of the shrinkage testing panel, and this panel we move to the lab room. Let's go to the lab room. I will explain to you how is the process after fabric inspection we are doing. Okay, this is our internal lab room. So she's our QA manager, Ms. Vina, and she will explain to how is our internal lab testing process.
Okay, this is place where we do all kinds of internal testing. Daily testing results will be recorded and keep in a specific shelf and divided by buyer and style. Let me show you on style as an example. This is the list of all in-house tests. They are from number 1 to 7. Basically, we do 7 kinds of testing, including shrinkage test, waste test, shed in roll, shed band, washing in-house wash testing, and PS test and cropping test. And this is the report details. The SOP was put in place so that worker can easily to check and follow up daily. There are 3 workers in charge for lab room, all kind of testing, and their most self-test results was posted in workplace. This report is done every 6 months to make sure our worker eyes are always in good condition. And our worker also being sent to third party for training or basically on testing staff. Now let's move to our dark room light box area. We are using light box Special Light 3. This machine was calibrated by third party yearly by third party authorized technician. On the buyer standard light source is put in place so that worker can easily to reverse and follow up as by a standard. During checking process, if worker found any shading issue, they can reverse to grayscale, compare with the shading level in grayscale and record finding on the report. At the same time, you need to discuss and report to warehouse manager, QA manager, merchandise to work with sales team and supplier for further action.
Here is our trims inspection area and the brand protection. So when we receive the trims, we do the 10% of all the trims, and we are using for the AQL level 1 based on the accessories receiving quantities. Once you done the trims inspection of all the what we receive the styling, after that especially with the brand protection, we'll move to the brand protection area. These are all our lockers. The related responsibility person only can take it out. Now we just move to the spawning area. After fabric testing, when we find the inconsistent shrinkage fabric, we are using for this machine to the consistent making. One, fabric inspection, fabric testing report when passed to the CAD room. CAD room manager will decide which fabrication we want to use through the sponding machine. Based on this report, and we use this fabric sponding machine. Once fabric comes through this sponding machine, we have to keep in the pallet minimum 4 hours before transferring to the cutting department. And this is our fusing area.
There are total 3 machines which can make sure enough capacity for us to running during high peak season. SOP will post in place so all the worker can easy to checking and follow up daily. This is all related report of fusing department. This is by a standard for each style. The machine was calibrated 3 times per day, in the morning, after lunch and end of the day. In P.I.T, we always focus on before bulk production step to check the fusing quality and bond strength. This is a report before bulk production. Our warehouse will cut actual fabric and actual fusing And warehouse in charge worker, they will do testing until bond strength get our buyer standards. And this is a daily actual back production fusing report. Always bond strength was tested with actual machine condition and it's measured has to meet buyer standards.
Okay, this is our sponding area. So once some bias production we do with the sealing. So here is our sponding, the critical operation part, and here already mentioned all the approved standard sample and all the requirement. And we follow here the test report based on the buyer requirement. We fix it the machine based on that, and the temperature, minutes, and also the pressure. And you can see this, and after using the sponding machine, all the seams are very nice and neat, clean. So the seam is all, before using the sponding machine, we use for the laser cutting. Okay, here is our cutting department. We have a totally 8 cutting table and 2 auto spreader machine and 1 auto cutter machine. Come to the this is our auto spreader, auto cutter machine. The efficiency is very high, so you can see how all the process is the cutting functioning. Okay, we go back to our cutting department QA function. Okay. QA manager one now will explain how is our cutting department quality function system.
On worker wearing yellow color uniform, they are our QA, and they will check 100% on cut bundle for 3 layers, top, middle, and bottom for cutting accuracy. QA need to put on hard button and check all around whether cutting is correct or not. All the findings should be recorded at the same time on the report, hourly, with style number and on the part. We also have a defect checking QA to check 100% for defect on layer. QA have to carefully check on the layer, top and bottom. If found a defect, she will put a sticker and write down lot number and defect layer to pass to cutting department for replace. She also records all the data and defect layer and total summary how many piece defect in the report.
Okay, here is our sample room. Totally 16 sewing operator, monthly capacity around 700 pieces. And here we are making all the development sample, fit sample, and the PP sample. And QA department here is the fully responsibility for what we send in the sample. They are all the details. They check based on the buyer sending the tech pack, and also they are 100% check all the measurement point. And after that, they check the buyer requirement, the dress form. So you can see in here the one QA they are checking. Here is the approved sample, and they are making the sample. Based on that, they are checking. Okay, come here. I will show you more details. And here we specialize each operator. They are based on the buyer. So this operator, she follow 100% of this on buyer production. So they understand fully about their sampling stage and all the procedures. Okay, here is our cat room, and we are doing here all the pattern grading and the markers and also the development of the pattern. And you can see the sample flow chart. So they are very clearly mentioned all the process. We have two machines here. All the production, the finished pattern we are making in here. So once we do this one, it's a very good benefit for us because all the patterns are consistent. And also very high efficiency, we can get the more productivity of the pattern making. This is the 360 automation machine, pattern solver machine. We are using this whole operator now, not skillful operators. They are just with a few weeks training operators. So when we use this machine, our productivity and efficiency 30 to 40% will increase. So this machine fully functionable for the fixed operation. So we can increase the quality and productivity of very high efficiency. Okay. Currently we have a 14 solid line and this side 7 line and this side 7 line. Mostly we place the order in this line with the basic production, and this side we always do the complicated item, look like a cargo pan, the complicated places or some kind of more machinable items. So okay, so you can see here our currently production is this one. We are doing the very basic production, and with the fancy items the P.I.T production is this one with the 28 sewing operator. Here we do the complicated production with the cargo pan with the 50 sewing operator based on the production. You can see is this. It's really more complicated and more high quality product. Currently our whole production we do inline ironing. So after output garment, we check in line 100% and move to the ironing section. After ironing, we do in here 100% garment inspection inside and outside, and also the key measurement point. Okay, just go to the inline. Again, our QA manager Vina will explain to us how is our inline quality control process. Vina, please kindly explain how is our quality control process.
Okay. In every sewing line, we have a blue trim card, a blue sample, and related comment available in workplace. A blue trim card with a blue shop and signature from authorized people with take back PP comment, FPP meeting report, parent report, and related document. The sample approved with tag and comment from QC chief and QA manager. And this is top 3 defect per daily. Based on NLine QC defect daily, we summary and make this analyze top 3 defect per line. And this data together with the fishbone diagram, we will use this data during daily morning meeting to educate worker and make the preventive action for next day output. And for line we have a roofing QC, station QC, and you can see all the QC wearing yellow color uniform. She is roofing QC and she checking follow traffic light system for normal operation. Roofing QC need to inspect 5 bits and And for critical operation, during QC need to inspect 10 pieces. And this is an example of other during QC report follow traffic light system. During checking process, if not found any defect, during QC will put green sticker. If she found one piece defect, she will put yellow sticker. And if find 2 or more defects, she need to put red sticker. And at the same time, stop operation. Call the attention from supervisor, line manager, technician, and related mechanic to fix the problem immediately. Moving QC also need to measure 10% of daily output for critical operation. And this is an example of daily measurement checking report. She also check the fitting. To check daily output garment compare with the steel sample. In the morning, she will check 5 pieces and afternoon she will check 10 pieces. In case there is no any fitting issue, she will move to next step. If have any fitting problem like unbalance or puckering dropping, she will phone the line manager, technician, and related people to come and fix that fitting problem. And she has to check until that problem was solved. This is one of our station QC. This station QC need to check at component operation for critical part. And she need to check and return if found any defect immediately on the spot and return for component operation and fix same time.
After 100% inline final garment inspection, we move all the garment to here. Before price ticket attached, 10% of the garment we are measuring all the key point. You can see here the QC will be checking. Only style the key point of the measurement, 10% of the daily output. After QC measure the garment, when the garment qualities and the measurement is okay, pass to the price ticket attaching. Then come the garment to the price ticket attaching place. We separate size by size before attach the price ticket. After that, the price ticket attached worker will be attaching the size. Avoid the size mix up. After price ticket attaching, we move all the garment to the by hanger process. Sending from here to the warehouse. From here, all the garment we move to the warehouse by the trial process. So you can see all the garment we use it for the plastic hanger until the needle detector, because when we using the needle detector, the garment we no need to remove the hanger. So follow.
Garment after attaching hand task was moved by trolley to needle detection area. There are 2 workers in charge for needle detector machine, and they had to test machine follow 9-point system. If the garment can pass through needle detector without any issue, the worker can pass garment to next operation for folding. In case machine stop and have a sound, beep sound, that garment should be kept separate for further action.
Here is the city pack area. If any unauthorized person enters our city pack area, they must have to sign in logbook and how to get the ID card, enter to the city pack area. Okay, once when garment receive the city pack area, we move all the garment into the dry room. Let's go. This is the dry room. Okay, in here we have a capacity around 18,000 to 20,000 pieces storage. Once all 100% complete QC check-in and the price ticket attaching, all the garment we move in the dry room. So here is the dry room humidity temperature control process. Every day, the 3 times in the authorized person will check all the daily humidity records. So once is input to the garment in the dry room, the authorized person will mention the date and time. Properly normal, we keep the 4 hours minimum. After that, we will come to the aqua boil machine and we check how is our aqua meter data. After that, we have a two type of the packing method. One is the cooling packing and one is the normal packing. So let's see, we go to the packing section. Here is the cooling packing. So after finished in the dry room, we move the garment to here. We separate the size by size in the table and we fold it. At the same time, we put it in the poly bag and storage on the size separate bin. After separate the size by size and the packing accuracy check in here, 100% packed inside the cooling room. Before do the pre-final, we already packed and everything done here. After that, we move to the storage. We can see in our finished good garment inspection area. So normally in the packing section, once complete the 10%, we do the first pre-final inspection. And after finish the 50 to 60%, we do the second pre-final inspection. And then 80% packing complete, we do the third pre-final inspection. Then go to the 100% packing inspection. So this is the inspection board, what they are doing now. Hi Vanan. So can you explain what is your staff doing for pre-final?
Okay. During pre-final process, our QA will focus on checking all details one more time to make sure it's correct as buyer standard. You need to check and compare actual output garment with approved sample, approved trim card, take back, and own related comment from buyer. And in this process, you also need to measure moisture standard to make sure it's okay as the approved standard. And also you need to focus on packing accuracy checking, especially when garment packing less than 10%. Need to check polybag and polybag sticker and the folding method, any potential issue of crinkle or garment damage, and you need to cool down earlier in this stage.
Okay, here is our carton storage. So normally in this building we have around 50,000 garment storage capacity. So when we located the carton, we based on the buyer, customer, PO, color by color, based on that we will storage.
Okay, this is it for our factory tour. I hope you enjoyed our tour, and I hope to see you in person in the future. Okay, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye.